and I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good.
Almost 30 hours of no sleeping. I left with my friend from LA around 1 a.m. and we got there at 5:30. The run was at 6 a.m. We had no hotels booked. We were sleep deprived, but you know what? We met the boys, we met Hamza. The energy was on point and we got it done. And that's where the meetup began. Today was the first time I saw Hamza with the boys, from the Adonis school, and I'll be honest, Hamza is the same dude that we see on YouTube, man. Like, he was involving everybody, he was so kind to everybody, he was making sure everyone is like, chilling, relaxed, introducing, like he was like hyping up everybody. Like, it's been a good experience, man. Honestly, like, you can learn a lot, bro. Like, a lot of people were getting advice, and like you could see like the passion in his eyes. Like, he was actually caring what people, like what they said. He wanted to actually help them. Like, even my boy, like Zaven, like he was asking something about like recording content. Like, and Hamza dropped some gems for him. And currently, we just came back from the gym. We were just getting ready, about to take a shower, then go to the second meetup. But honestly, so far, it's been a great experience. And bro, we're running on no sleep. It's been like more than like 30 hours. We haven't slept. We did like the morning sprints or whatever. We talked. We did some push-ups with the boys, and honestly, it's been a fucking amazing experience. And I'm sure it's gonna get better because we're about to go record some content with Hamza. Boys are gonna be there too, so I'm excited for it. And I'm gonna record, the other parts still later on. But stay tuned for it. Right after we put our stuff in the hotel, we go to the gyms because we have to get a pump. We have to make sure that we are bigger than everybody. And then we take a shower, we get ready. And at 1 p.m., that was the second meetup. We met the boys again. And I was like, you know what? Let me just ask some of the boys what they think about this meetup and Hamza.
But he's such a chill dude, He's like any other regular dude, like your friends or something like that. Super chill dude. So, yeah, it's a great experience meeting him and also Scott and the boys as well. It's great.
Yes, sir.
These gentlemen are awesome.
Hamza is like a real genuine guy.
It's like dope to meet with people like that think like you, and like actually like seeing Hamza in real life and seeing that is actually like as chill as he is in his videos, just hanging out, doing some like fun activities, like funny stuff that you wouldn't do at like in Vegas and stuff, but like who cares, who gives a fuck?
Alright, it's been like a couple hours after the meetup, and we rested up, we ate some food, and I was like, you know what, let me just reflect on what I learned and what actually happened during the meetup. And the first thing I can actually say for sure is that, bro, like Hamza is like the same person that you see online in real life. Like online, it's a little bit over exaggerated for like, extra content, but like in real life, bro, he's like super nice. Like when everyone was just talking, like he makes sure everyone's like, included. Amazing eye contact where we make sure everyone's like chilling, like no extra, like he's like a proper leader of like his group, like that's like respectable. And you feel like it's like a sense of brotherhood that like he was actually making connections with everybody. And that was good, man. That was good, because like there's like a lot of these influencers, they might do meetups, but it's like you always feel like there's this like fan and like this idol like connection. It doesn't really feel authentic. But like with Hamza, it was like it's like a big bro sitting, he was just dropping some game for us, and it was easy, we didn't feel like uncomfortable. Everyone was just having a good time. He paid for everybody's meal. It was like a decent amount of like a huge like bill, but he just paid for everybody, and that was like such a nice gesture. Huge respects for that. And something that I definitely learned is that, bro, authenticity is like a big thing, man. And if you're not authentic to your goals and who you are, you might even get to a decent level, but you're never going to be able to compete with people who are actually being their authentic self and truly obsessed with their like desire, right? Because you can like certain things, but you're going to always lose to people who are like truly obsessed with their goals, right? So you need to see like what you're like truly obsessed, because I feel like I need to still find that. I like certain things, but I don't know what's my true obsession. And with Hamza, it's like you can see, bro, like he was clearly obsessed with clearly obsessed with whatever he was doing. Like he came to like the morning meetup, he trained, he went like back home, he did like 3 hours of like community calls. He comes back barely any rest. He does another meetup with us. Like he sits there for hours, answers questions, help us out. And then after that, he goes back. He probably does even more work. But like the intensity you could see, bro, like he's a man with a purpose, and he's just moving towards it every single day relentlessly. And like these are the things that separates like the normal people, like the average people, with like the winners, bro. And these are the things like I feel like probably all the guys notice like in the meetup is that, bro, this guy is moving relentlessly, and it's like there is a reason he's here. So we gotta take notes and also apply it to our lives. Another thing I want to mention is like my boy Scott, man. Like bro, he's such a genuine guy, bro. Like me and my boy like Zaven, we were like going back and forth, talking to him, getting some advice from him. Like it felt like we already knew him for like so many years, but it was just like the first time we met him, right? And he was like, he really went deep with me, with my friend like Zaven too. It's like it felt like gave us like a lot of like new perspectives, and we were like, damn, bro, like all these new perspectives and all this new information we are learning, it's like truly opens our mind. Because like when you're in your old hometown, it's like whenever you're meeting the same people, it's like it's not the same, bro. They don't really have the open-mindedness, they don't have the creative vision. And even if you do, they're gonna always put you down for it, right? They're like, oh, this is not possible, you can't do this is not for you. And I'm sure like a lot of people from the Adonis school, like they probably struggle with that. But like whenever we talked with like Scott, bro, like he was such a genuine guy, man. Like it was like, bro, like keep trying, don't give up. It's like everybody finds their thing, we all make mistakes. And he gave us like a lot of new hope. He was like, it's okay, but like just keep going, and fulfill your goals. Like it was something that a lot of the times it may sound a little bit basic, but like these are the times that like you need it. Because like if you just keep going, add some things, remove some like unnecessary things, and like just say you're like a YouTuber or like you want to have a business and you fine tune certain things, then that's going to be like the moment that you might be able to blow up and go to the next level, right? These are like the key moments. And when you're exposed to this stuff like this, like being able to be in environments like this, where like Hamza was like a top tier entrepreneur, like same thing with Scott, which is like a top class guy, man. It's like we learn a lot, and these are the moments that we're like, wow, if we adapt these certain principles, then we're gonna go through those levels too, But we have to apply for sure, And yeah, these are like some of the lessons that I learned, and there are some other things, but these are like the main things that I remembered. And if you went to the meetup, let me know like in the comments what did you learn, because I'm definitely interested to see. And if you also go to Adonis school, let's just share me like some of your experiences with Hamza and the boys. It's been a great experience, man, at Vegas. Amazing. So my boy Zaven came to the meeting with me, and he's like, he learned a lot of stuff too. So like he has a lot of things to share to you.
Something that I learned was like, we're in Vegas. A lot of people will be like, oh, like you're in Vegas, you gotta like act, a little bougie and stuff, but like, like you still do what you gotta do. We're in Vegas, and like the streets, we just found some place like next to the mall. We just started doing sprints with everyone, just like getting a workout in first thing in the morning. Like civilians are passing by and stuff, and like they're like, what the hell are these people doing? But like, who cares? It was a very fun experience. I've seen Scott from some of the videos, but like, I got to know him today, and he was actually a very nice guy, and he gave me a lot of good information, a lot of like basically action steps to take. Like from a convo that I had with him, I really learned that like instead of like focusing on my goal, I should definitely focus on the person that can achieve that goal, and like basically write like a daily plan for that person and just start executing every day. So like kind of, let's say for example, if like someone has a money goal, like let's say they're doing some kind of a business and they want to hit a certain amount of money, instead of thinking about how they're going to hit that money, because they haven't done it, their brain doesn't know how to get that money. All they have to do is just sit down and think what a person who makes that much money doing what they're doing would do on a daily basis, and just just act, just take action, like day in and day out, do the hard stuff. Something very, very valuable.
like right after the second meetup, my friend and I, we went to a restaurant to get some food, and the whole time we were just talking about our experience, what we learned. We were taking notes. We were saying like, oh, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, and it was mind blowing. And the thing is, we met so many cool guys there, man. Everyone was on their thing, you know. They were just trying to, you know, hustle, grind, and become their best selves. And we met this guy named Nick in the meetup. Such a dope guy, man. Like, he invited us to his place because he was living in Las Vegas, and you know, I smoked a cigar there with him, and he had like this little fire in his backyard, and it was such a dope experience. It's good, like this kind of experiences is so valuable because communities like Adonis School, like you get to meet like amazing guys, priceless. To wrap this video up, I'm going to give you some actionable steps that you can take in order to improve your life right now. So the first thing I learned, and I learned this from Hamza and also his friend Scott, they mentioned that you have to align your identity with your goals, right? You've seen like a lot of people are like, oh, I want to hit 10K a month, or I want to have a six pack, or I want to get this business or that business, or I want to be successful or whatever, right? They focus so much on the goal that they miss the process. They don't even realize that they need to become a person worthy of that goal first, then they can get that goal. The goal is just a byproduct. You need to become a person worthy of those goals that you have. What does that mean? It means you need to align your habits, your lifestyle, your mindset, the things that you put in your mind, like the things you read, the things you watch, the things you eat, the way you train, the way you live. Everything, all these aspects shapes who you are, and who you are is pretty much your identity. And when those things, your identity combines, and you're able to get to a certain level, then you can get your goal, right? So let's just say, have you ever noticed, I'm not saying you have to do specific these tasks, whatever, like meditating, journaling, going training, reading, productivity hacks or whatever, like all these things impact you, right? Like positively, right? But let's just say a goal that you have requires certain different skill sets, certain different habits that you need to implement, but you just keep focusing on the goal. You're not gonna get there, right? So you need to build that identity with the way you live, your habits, all this stuff. It's gonna guide you towards your goal, but you need to focus on your input. Then the output, which is your goal, it's gonna get there naturally, which is the byproduct. Because the process is the prize. That's how you become that new person. That's how you create that new identity. A second action step that I'm gonna give you is to sacrifice things, right? Because you cannot get something if you don't give something. And something that I learned from Hamza is that, bro, he works a lot. Like, he wakes up like at 3, 4 a.m. and works like 15, 16, 17 hours a day. And he puts in mad hours, right? And the day that we met, right? The meetup was at 6. He was awake at like 3 or 4 a.m. recording videos. That shows how hungry he is, right? Like how committed he is to his goals. And he's already making insane amount of money. So you have to wake up, man. You have to wake up and you have to sacrifice things, right? I cannot complain about having a mid body, like a shit body, like a fat guy, being a fat guy, and say, oh, bro, you know what? I just don't have this physique. But if I don't work out, if I don't dedicate time to training, or if I don't sacrifice the junk food, then nothing is going to happen. Like, why am I getting sad? Bro, I didn't sacrifice anything. There is no way you can get something without like not sacrificing. It's just the way things are, right? If I want to grow my business, but I keep playing video games, of course I'm not going to do anything. Of course, because I keep spending that time on video games. Of course, because you have to sacrifice something. You have to sacrifice your old self to become the new you, you know? And all these things means that you have to actually take action and create the person you want to be. Because if you don't, then nothing is gonna happen. Friends that you have to just reduce the time, the junk food that you have to sacrifice for your physique, it's just the game. That's the game. You have to understand that. And you cannot achieve those results if you don't sacrifice. Simple. The last actionable step that I'm gonna give you is to surround yourself with the people that you actually like and you wanna be with. And what do I mean by that? Whenever I went to that Adonis meetup, whenever I was hanging out with the boys from Adonis School, it was so inspiring because I was like, wow, all of us are on the same page. We might have like different business models or things like that, but everyone was mentally on the same page. We were like growing, we were becoming our best selves, we were educating ourselves, we were, you know, social. Like nobody was there that was like acting like, you know, weird, right? It was just like everybody was socializing together, everybody being friends. When Hamza was talking to like, you know, other people, not everybody wasn't focusing on each other. Everybody was like talking to each other. It's like, oh, bro, what's your business? Let me get your Instagram. You can, you know, network there, blah, 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 blah. Like all this stuff, it helps you to build a better connection. And I guarantee you, when you surround yourself with the people that are actually on the same page as you, the process is going to be much easier. The process is going to be much more enjoyable. It's going to be much more faster. But you need to be able to surround yourself with those brothers, right? Because if you just go to like, you know, people, if you just hang out with people that are just don't care about those goals and they're not really aligned with your vision, nothing is going to happen, man. You're going to like hinder your own growth, and you're going to also hinder their growth. And you have to understand that just because you have a different mission in life, just because you have different goals and aspirations, doesn't mean you have to like hate on somebody, right? It just means you have to spend maybe less time with that person, maybe you have to spend more time with a different person. And at the end of the day, like, you got to put yourself first. Like, there is no hating, like there is no like bad blood with anybody. It's just you have to invest time in yourself, and whenever you invest that time with the brothers that you actually, you know, fuck with, and they actually want to push you to become your best, that's such an amazing tool that you can have, right? Imagine if you're struggling with a business, or if you're struggling with your fitness or whatever, and you have like a brother that's always on the same page. He's like, bro, like, I just cannot lose fat. Like, can you help me out, right? Like, he's gonna help you out. Or he's like, bro, like, I cannot like get a lot of sales on this, like, you know, website, right? What can I do? Boom, he helps you out. That's what happens when you're surrounded with the right circle. And my actionable step for this part is to find the right group of guys, man. Don't hang out with the wrong people just because you're alone. Because it's better to have like online friends than just hang out with losers in real life. I'm just keeping it a bean. So if you don't have that circle right now, do some research online. Do some research, see who you can meet. There's a bunch of these communities, see what interests you, join those communities, and I guarantee you there are people in your area. And then you can meet them, and that's how you're gonna be like, you know, with guys that are actually on the same mission as you. Those are the main 3 things that I learned. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you're from Adonis School, shout out to you. If you haven't joined there, listen, it's one of the best investments that you can make. There are so many valuable courses. There are so many valuable calls that you can do over there. There are so many coaches, and we do like bunch of live meetups, you know, like we can do like meetups here and there. It can be with Hamza or even just like other guys from Adonis School, you know what I mean? So feel free to check it out. I want to see you there, and listen, do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it.